Hi, this is Jim. We're going to play the first 20 turns of a game and to see if we can get off to a good fast start. Alright, I am Portugal. I'm an expansionist and seafaring, and here we go. I covered the first turn of a game in another video. I'll link to that here. I'm going to plop this settler down, go through this real quick. I'm going to start him on a warrior. Start the city on a warrior. I'm going to set my research. I'm going to go writing. I will cover tech strategy in another future video. Meanwhile, I'm going to go minimum strategy towards writing, just as a quick summary. And Regent difficulty, I don't need any extra happiness just now. So, and then we're going to move the worker to the most powerful tile, and I'm going to do a clean map view here. They're all pretty much even. I'm going to go for this tile here, and I have a scout. Move him for here, right here for a start. Alright, got everything set I want. And incidentally, this first turn is usually referred to as turn 0. 4000 BC is turn 0. So once I go to the next turn, this is what is usually considered turn 1. And so the 20th turn is going to be 3000 BC. That's what we're playing to right now. Scouting goal is to find where the next city is going to go. That's a big priority, as we're going to meet other civs and basically just reveal the map. But the biggies are, where's the next city going, and let me go meet other people. So I just have 2 hills to get on. I'll pick that one. Yeah, not looking too great. I'll start a mine, and I'm going to make sure the city's working that tile I'm improving. It is. Okay. Because when I finish a mine, I want it to take effect. We'll go to the next turn. I'm going to go 2 down there. Okay, oasis, that's pretty good for desert. If I wanted to go find other people real quick, I'd start going west or south. Or actually, you know what? Look where I am in the world. I'm kind of in the southwest corner here, or the south corner. So if I go much further south, I'm not really expecting to find a civ down there. But I don't seem to be able to go north up here. Turn off the grid lines. I usually play with the grid lines on, but they're not always as pretty to look at. Well, I'm a little concerned about this position. I wonder if we're on an island alone. So that's another thing we're going to scout for, to see if we're on an island alone, because that'll change my strategy going forward. I'm going to go look over this way because I'm looking for my next city spot. And I don't seem to have a lot of options, so that next city spot is probably like either right between these 2 oases. I've got problems with that. Ugh, I don't like any of this city spots. We'll just keep unfogging tiles and we'll get back to it. Over in south, typically you want to move horizontal or vertically. You don't have to, but going diagonal is a little bit, it unfogs fewer tiles, if you notice. Okay, and I'm also trying to go, the forest will slow the scout down, so I'm trying to stay in the flatlands where I can go 2 turns at a time. And I am worried now because it looks like this maybe is, oh, this is going to be terrible if this is a small island. Okay, what have we there? I need to find out what's in this corner over here before I go somewhere else. Oops, what'd I do? I don't even know what button that was. Oh, how about that? Numpad dot clears the interface. I think I knew that once upon a time, but that surprised me just then. Okay, so you finish the mine. I'm going to start a road. And incidentally, the city, my goal for this city is to get a settler out as soon as possible. That is a pretty good strategy. Some really experienced players will argue that going like a granary early and building it bigger is a better strategy, and I'll explore that in the future some. But my current strategy for most games is to expand as quickly as possible in the early game. So that means as soon as this town hits size 3, I wanted to pop out a settler, because a settler costs 2 citizens, in addition to the shields. I don't have any special food bonuses. It takes me 10 turns to grow to size 2, and then another 10 turns to grow to size 3. So again, I want that settler to be finished right as it hits size 3. Until then, I'll build warriors or maybe scouts. Maybe I should have built a scout, but I'll stick with warrior for now. Because only expansionist civs can build scouts. They're nice, fast units to go explore, but they get killed as soon as Barb starts showing up, and they can't act as military police. So that's what's going on here in the city. I'm pretty sure there's nothing up to the northeast, but I'll go ahead and send the warrior that way. Usually I'd send this warrior off to scout, but given this land area, we've already scouted all this local area. It'll take him forever to get down here, so I'm just going to have him step over here and check on that, make sure there's nothing up here to the northeast. I don't think there is, as far as land. And we'll pop the good. There's a Goody hut here. I don't know if you can see that's actually a minor tribe, settlement of people, primitive people. Well, we're primitive people too. And if you're expansionist, you never get a bad result for them. If you're not expansionist, you can get bad results like angry warriors or nothing. But okay, they give us a warrior. So that's a good result. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll get this scout moving over here. So, I see no fresh water. I'm not happy with this start. This is not a fun looking start. But maybe we can... Maybe it's a good example anyway. All right. I'm right next to wine, so that's nice. All right, so we've grown to size 2. It's always good after you grow to check to make sure your citizens are not unhappy. They're not more unhappy than happy. Now, you're not going to really run into that problem at size 2 until you're playing Emperor level or above. But just, that first pop of the borders is what I always want to check on the happiness. So he's finished that tile, and I'm going to go ahead and get a second tile. What I like to do is get 2 tiles going. In a bigger land area, I would be pumping out settlers as fast as I can from the capital and the early cities. And so, therefore, if I'm helping them out every time I hit size 3, I really only need 2 tiles improved during this portion of the game. So, I'm going to get 2 tiles improved for the capital, and then we'll move on to the next worker tasks for this worker. And these guys, I'm just going to send them. I'll show you where I'm sitting. Okay, I see a border down here, so we're going to meet another civ here in a moment. But that is bad. Okay, so here's a Goody hut. I'm going to pop it with the scout. Now, if you're expansionist, you can get cities from Goody huts, and you can get settlers. You cannot get settlers if you're building a settler or if you have a settler in the queue. So whenever I expansionist and the scout is about to pop a hut not too far from home, I go back and make sure I'm not building a settler. If I am building a settler, I'll temporarily change it to something else, like a granary, then pop it, and then come back and change back to a settler, right? And speaking of which, how many shields do I have? I didn't notice I had a whale on the borders. So that sort of counts as my second improved tile. In despotism, I'm not going to be able to make these tiles better than that whale. I do want to improve this more, but having that whale there suddenly makes this lower priority. So I will grow in 10 turns a settler is 30 shields. So yeah, if I go settler now, I'll finish. Now I've already got a few shields in the box. So to not waste shields, it might make more sense to go build something else first. But again, to me, it's really important to get that settler out as soon as possible. So I'm going to waste these 4 shields here and just go straight for the settler as soon as I hit size 3. Which means I got to switch off a settler to pop that hut. Sorry, I went around a big circle there. Okay, so I'm not building a settler right now. And I'm going to pop this hut. And got gold. And now go change it back to settler. I'm going to build a road. I'm not going to bother the mine just now because now we can go start roading down south. These guys, I'm not going to need them as military police right now. So I'm going to basically send them down here to stand down here and make sure barb camps don't spawn. Barb camps will not spawn in your borders or where your military units can see them. See how we have, like, this area is light? Or we'll look at the scout. This area around the scout is light, and then it's a little darker over here. So this is what we can see right now. And then the darker, the gray stuff is what we've been to, but we can't see right now. Now, in theory, a barb's camp can spawn where a non-military unit can see it. So like a worker, scout, or settler, they can actually spawn right next to them. I've seen it happen a couple times. It's very rare, but it happens. I mean, not this early in the game, but it can happen. So what I'm going to do with these 2 warriors is kind of position them down over here near the oases probably to just sort of guard that area. Instead of escorting the settler, I'm going to have the warriors out there making sure nothing spawns. So the warrior's covered, but it's not handheld. I'm sorry, the settler will be covered, but not handheld. All right, I'm going to turn the grids back on so I can see where I'm going. Oh, and I should have contact with this guy now. If you stop on their borders and end the turn, you'll have contact with them the next turn. I usually wait till I meet 2 civs to trade. Again, I'll go over that in the tech trading video in the future. And just out of curiosity, yeah, that could work. I could take all that right now, but I'm not going to. I often find that waiting for meeting more than 1 civ will give you some better broker opportunities. Sometimes it backfires, though. Let's see, I don't think I can step on a flat... Yes, I can. I can step on a flat land right here and get my 2 steps out of it. So this is ugly. This is ugly. His capital's right here. Yeah, I'm going to be boxed in. So this is an early war. If this were an island, if we're actually stuck on an island, I would reconsider my settler and try to go to the capital big. If you're stuck on an island with no other contacts and nobody to trade tech with, I try to build up the capital real quick in any closer cities because of the lowest corruption. Because that way you can actually research more quickly and get to map making where you can build ships and go to other land masses. Whereas usually you want to grab all the land you can, but if you're on your own land mass, you're stuck. So I go vertical, go big on the capital to try to get more gold and research quickly, and then go meet other civs. But since I have a connection here, I'm going to go ahead and not accelerate my research, but I'm already thinking, okay, I'm going to have an early war with this guy to come past this point. And also, this is another kind of future pro tip that I may cover in a video. This is a bad capital spot. I'm going to get 2 cities down here, maybe 3 in this area down here. I mean, I could pack them in tighter, but I'm not agricultural, so I can't do, and there's no water, so I really can't do anything with this desert. Ugh. Oh, this is ugly. Yeah, so, So these two cities are going to have like one or two population max. Same thing down here. So with anywhere from 2 to 4 cities, I'm going to have to start a war and to start expanding into this land. But even if that all goes swimmingly well, then I've got 3 crappy cities near the capital, and then the rest of my empire is like far away. But you can relocate your capital. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can build a palace if you have masonry. That can take a long time. Or, and what I'm doing is just abandon this city. If you abandon... Okay, the abandoned city button isn't there, and it's probably because I'd lose the game right now if I did it. Because I wouldn't have a city or settler. But later on I should have an abandoned city button, and if you abandon your capital, it'll jump to the next largest city. So I will probably plan... Yeah, it changes things a bit. So I'll think about it a little bit. Think about where I want to plot this settler. Okay, all right, yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. And this is a bit of an unusual circumstance. Usually expand, but you know, the scouting has revealed I'm in a weird situation. So I'm revising my plans. I'm going to put that second city right here. So the oasis will give me two food. And I got 2 food here. Those are the only 2 food tiles outside of this capital area. So that'll let me get 1 city to size 2 with 2 very productive citizens. And then we can get another citizen or 2 slowly to work the forests or the plains. Because there's no more food to get down here. There's no food bonus aside from the oases. And there's no fresh water to irrigate except way over here. So again, second city right there. I might throw a city maybe down here where I get the fish, but that's right on his border. Now I think after the second city I have to start building up troops to go do a rush. Which means I'm going to need some... Oh, I need some archers. I'm going to stick with my plan to go on riding for now. And hope I can trade for warrior code to get some archers. Or if I'm really lucky, get bronze working and iron working. Although, I'm not going to count on having iron. Because iron can appear in hills and mountains. But iron's not going to be in the desert or plains or forest. So it's possible I can have an iron here, but I really am not going to count on that. So it's going to be an archer rush. Or a horse rush, but again, I learned a new thing from Swede Civ 3's channel the other day. He said, like, if you have these luxury resources, strategic resources will not in a randomly generated map spawn next to these. So I know this hill does not have any strategic resources on it. Now, either of these 3 might, but you know, one out of 3 that might have iron is not a really good shot. And then for horses can spawn on hills or grassland. But again, these 2 grasslands are... oh, I got a city there. Terrain info. These 2 grasslands are next to the luxury resources, so we know there's not horses on them. Same with no horse on this hill. So again, I've got 3 tiles here. If I'm very lucky, I'll have 1 horse or 1 iron, but I'm not going to count on that. So, archer rush it is. That's the plan. So I need to go find someone to trade warrior code for, and go archers. Again, this is not a usual plan for me. This is an unusual start, but it does illustrate your first 20 turns. You're scouting to find your situation. If I hadn't, if I didn't have an opening scout and I didn't send my warrior out scouting right away, I might not have realized how bad my starting point is, and kept on going max expansion. But now I now need to go. I need to go 2 cities and Archer Rush, which definitely changed the plans for as soon as the settler finishes. So I'll quit babbling and start playing again. Do a quick check. Again, these guys are heading down just to watch the area. Where do I want you to go? Is this a forest? No. Sometimes these little tufts of forest stick out into a plains or a grassland than it actually is. But this one's not. A forest. It actually says forest right here, right? But that's not a forest. But so the reason I'm checking it, I want to get to this hill here to get a better view of everything. And oh my gosh, there's another civ right there. Do you see that border? Why are we so close on this crappy land? Ugh. We're the bad continent, I can tell already. What do I want to do? I want to pop this Goody hut and then go meet them. So I'm going to pop the Goody hut. I'm still close enough where I feel like if he's a settler, I can get him over where I can use him. So I'm going to get off a settler here temporarily. Pop the Goody hut. And I got maps. Oh well. And then change this back to settler because that's important. I guess if I popped a settler, I might have changed this production to barracks. I don't know. But I didn't, so... Okay, now... The worker, since I had this new plan, I'm going to stop building settlers out of here, so I need to start building up the... I need to start mining around the capital, because I'm going to build population there, as opposed to my original plans. But I also would like to get a road down to the other city. I think I'm going to prioritize... Yeah, I'm going to prioritize mines, though. And I should be able to chop this forest for production when I build the barracks. All right, I'm thinking ahead. So it's 3300 BC. I'll move... This is a regular warrior. I'll move him that way. I'll move the conscript here. Now we'll go work on meeting this other civ. Looks like red could be Rome. Yep, it was Rome. All right, so I'm going to leave this guy right here on the oasis, because he's, the capital has this area lit up. I'm looking for what tiles are lit, so no barbs can spawn in the area. Now, when I move this guy, this tile fogged up, so I may move him back. It just that way we just kind of have this big area guarded against barb spawning, which it's a bit early for barbs to spawn, but that's what I do, So I should have contact with Rome now, or actually, if I just hit a 4, I don't have contact yet. But since I can see his unit, I can say, "Hey, yo." So he's got warrior code. Yes. All right. Sorry about that. My face cam video stopped, so I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference in the video or not. Probably not. And I'm recording audio on a different device. All right, so I've just met the Romans. I'm happy that they have warrior code and bronze working, because I want warrior code. I don't have any tech to trade them, but hopefully I still have some tech up on Maya. Let's see. I do. I have alphabet, and he's got warrior code too. All right. So this is what I mean by tech brokering. Okay. Well, my face cam is not going to work anymore. Its battery's dead. That's disappointing. Okay, well, no face cam. You can't see me. All right, sorry, my face cam dying kind of confused me. All right, I've got no tech to offer him. I saw alphabet not here. I was like, oh no, but I put it down here on accident. So I do alphabet. Now, warrior code is my primary goal, but this is where tech brokering comes in. He's got masonry, but he doesn't. So by getting masonry, I should be able to grab one or both these techs from him. That is the plan. I may regret this, but see, alphabet for masonry. And all your money. Now the downside of this, the extra risk is Maya and Rome have probably met already. I'm pointing at the camera because the face cam's off though. Maya and Rome has almost certainly met being that close to each other. So by trading Maya alphabet, no, Rome has alphabet. Okay. It makes masonry cheaper because now two of us will know it. But I don't have masonry anyway, so. Oh, wait, can I get the word code to end this? All right, YOLO. I'm going to take his money and masonry and try to get word code and bronze working from, what's his name? Caesar. This will be acceptable. Good. And they don't like that, but hey, how about if I sweeten the deal for you? Hey, all right. Try to zero in on what he wants. Whoops, I meant 88. 89? Okay. All right, there we go. So I've got all the tech. Nice. All right, so mission accomplished. And I'm not going to reach writing before I get to war with the mines, so I can't really live roam against them, but they can't live roam against me either. And I'm looking at the camera again, which is out of battery. We apologize. So I'm going to move this guy back up to here to unfog or just that one little tile. Well, there's only two places to scout, to the south or to the north. But if you look at where we are on the mini-map, there's not much of the world to the south. So I'd like to see what's north of Rome. So I'm going to pick north. I'm not going to get out of his territory right away. They're not as freaked out about non-military units. He's got good lands. Let's plop him right there. Yeah, I'm going to, for the scout, I'm going to keep sending him to look for other civs rather than try to unfog every single tile in this area. Because I'm going to attack Mayans anyway, so I can kind of scout as I'm killing them off. So there's a settler. I'm going to change my production to, I guess, where to go? Barracks. So we mined, we roaded. I'm going to go ahead and chop this forest to help speed the barracks up. We're to auto move the settler. Here, I'm not usually a fan of auto move, but sometimes with settlers and I have the land all guarded, I will do auto move. And incidentally, this is really not the best city spot for many reasons, generally speaking. But under the circumstances, it lets me work both oasis tiles without any culture. And the land sucks anyway. So this is not quite a throwaway city, but I just don't see any other city spot that would let me help with an early archer rush than that. 3000 BC. Okay, well, that's our 20 turns. So let's review how the first 20 turns have gone. We did the first turn in another video. I mean, the concept of a first turn. It wasn't this game. The worker goals, we wanted 2 tiles for the capital. We improved 2 tiles for the capital, even though I've got a whale here. We were gonna start roading to our next city spot to help speed up expansion, but with our scouting, we quickly discovered we're in a really weird position. There's not much room to expand, and there's a sieve blocking us, blocking our expansion. By the time I got another 1 to 3 cities down here and try to move over here, he's going to be taking up these spots, and his borders from this capital are going to expand again. So he's in my way. This is a horrible landmass to start. So I had to change my plans to an early archer rush. It's really my only viable option I can think of. I can't even turtle up in this little isthmus here just because the land's really bad. There's not even fresh water to do anything about it. I could possibly get over here and irrigate all the way back, but yeah, the game will be half over by the time I get all that done. So the scouting, again, that helped me realize what kind of game situation I'm in. I hadn't really talked much about Barb strategy, but we're expansionists, so you pop all of the huts you can. There's nothing bad can happen, really, for popping the huts. And I did mention the settler deal. And if you're not expansionist, if you're on like Chieftain or Warlord or even Regent, it's not that risky to pop huts. Even if you get the enemy angry warriors, you have a huge bonus against them in combat, and your odds of getting them are much lower. Once you start getting the Monarch and above, at Monarch I've had games where I pop huts and I get all sorts of techs and all sorts of good stuff. Then other times, you pop 3 barbs on Monarch, you still have a 200% combat bonus, but there's 3 of them and 1 of you. So I've got my butt kicked a few times. If I have a warrior running halfway across, look scouting, and let's say I had a warrior up here, I spent 40 turns getting him here because, he's not as fast as a scout. And then he gets killed, and I can't scout anymore. I got to send out someone new, right? So that's annoying as heck. So again, on Monarch and above, I'll often just avoid the huts altogether. But then sometimes the enemy says will pop them and give you Barb, so that sucks too. And the settler, we got our goal of getting the settler out on turn 20, and he'll be on his way down here. This is a bit far, but again, this is an unusual set of land. But the early scouting kind of dictated what we're going to do. And I may do another one of these because this would be a good series to continue with because of the specialized situation. We're going to do an archer rush. But it's not really the video I originally intended, which is to show like some early quick expansion. But it's still a really good example, and we'll kind of morph this into a different series. And I may just do the first 20 turns again on something else. So if you found this helpful, please hit that like button, or I'll start trying to say bombard the like button. Artillery Civ 3 thing, ha ha ha. And I'm going to try to start uploading regularly on Wednesdays. I've done this may be my 4th Wednesday in a row, and we'll see you there. Thanks.